Right, welcome everybody. It's great to have you here. We're going to have an incredible podcast, very, very special guest today, Mr. Jake Parton. Thank you for being here. I know your time is very, very valuable. You're an entrepreneur, been in the game for 8 years now.
10.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Family man, part-time bodybuilder.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Living in a very, very beautiful house down by the seaside in Devon in the UK. And overall beast, you know. It's great to have you here. We're going to have a great conversation. We're going to ask some really, really good questions. There's been a lot of demand of people wanting to know more about, you know, you, your story, how everything came about, your transformation, because I personally believe you have one of the best transformations, you know, on the planet, and more people need to hear it. So welcome. And
Appreciate you, bro.
yeah, if we can, if you can obviously, you know, introduce yourself and maybe start with how did you came about to, you know, entrepreneurship, freedom, how did that happen?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to say I appreciate you, bro. You know, I've known you for what, like 4 years now?
Close to, yeah.
And had no idea that, you know, was going to grow so close, not just to me, but my family. So what you do for me, my family, and just life in general, bro, I appreciate it.
You too, man.
Proud of you, man. But yeah, like, bro, just how did I get into entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
So obviously a combination of things, right? I think you have to get to a point where you're ready for something different, and that can sometimes come from a place of pain or inspiration. For me, it was a bit of both, but I'm from Birmingham, got no grades in school. Me and my parents, they actually split up when I was 13. I actually copied a guy called Teddy. Shout out to John Parrish. If you're watching this, bro. But the thing is, obviously, when I moved schools, I didn't know who the smart kids were in this new school. And I kind of rebelled against my parents. I wanted to make sure that they kind of felt the wrath of, you know, you guys breaking up. You're gonna feel that was a mistake. Do you know what I mean? Because I was when your parents break up when you're like 13, 14, you know, you're going through a lot of change at that time. And it was tough, man. So I went into this new school, didn't know anyone. I kind of just rebelled, to be honest. Just had a lot of fun. I'm not proud of it. I wasn't a great student, you know, a great pupil.
A role model.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, and come out with, you know, I often share that you could spell fudge with the grades that I got in school. And then I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was in my first job. I was actually like a litter picker at school. So we finished school at like 3, and I'd do 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday, picking litter, just going around the school grounds, picking up litter, filling up black bags. That was my first ever job. You know what I mean? I was getting paid like £300 a month for it. It was great. So I've always kind of been into making money. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember younger when we used to do car boot sales. I used to be obsessed. No way, man. So we've came and we brought our car. We've come home with all this money. This is mad.
Yeah.
Like I never used to collect Pokemon cards. I used to sell them. Do you know what I mean? I mean, knowing what I know about the Pokemon world, I should have kept them.
Right.
Sold them now. But I've always kind of been like that. Do you know what I mean? And like I got a job like glass collecting, and anyway, I went down to the local fire service because I was like, you know, it'd be pretty cool to be a fireman, I suppose. Knocked on the window. Some guy came to the window, said, "How do you go about becoming a a fireman?" And he said, "Yeah, just, you know, we actually got some openings right now. Apply here." Did that. I don't know how I kind of winged my way into the fire service, but I was a part-time fireman for 4 years. That was crazy. My first ever job. Imagine your alert goes off, you're down there, and all of a sudden, you're picking up a guy who's like 80% dead. You know, he's got like blood bubbles coming out of his mouth. And that's when I realized that, wow, like life, you know, doesn't really care about, you know, like your upbringing and stuff like that. It's like when life hits you, like life hits you. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that was a massive reality check for me. I was like, wow, like life can just go like this. And that turned me from a boy to a man. And they're really good in the fire service. They offer you like counselling and stuff like that. But and then my dad's actually a very well respected man. Got a lot of love and respect for my dad. I've realized as I've matured as an entrepreneur that there's a lot that I contribute actually to my parents as to why I'm the way I'm right now.
Right.
Because I used to like when I first got into this information, I used to like, I can't learn anything from my parents. I need to do everything opposite. But actually, as I've matured, I've realized that a lot of, especially my leadership traits and my personality, the way I can handle like people and different types of people is all from my parents. My dad works in a factory, got a job there, and that was it, man. Got a job there, kind of fell into a job. I think a lot of people just fall into jobs.
How old were you when you got that job in the factory?
19.
19.
Yeah, so I was doing that and fire service,
Okay, so you were doing it.
part-time
Okay.
firefighter, full-time work in the factory. And I remember thinking, man, I'm gonna give this 6 months. That's it. I can't do this. I can't believe grown adults do this for a living. Do you know what I mean? Like, car comes along, put a few bolts on it, moves along, to keep doing it 300 times a day. But imagine you work in a factory. There's 300 Range Rovers per shift. There's 3 shifts. That's over 1,000 Range Rovers per day. That's just the model we're working on. There's loads of different models. You're thinking, you walk out to the car park after work, and it's all Ford Fiestas, Ford Focuses. Hang on a minute. So we're all building these cars, but none of us can actually afford one. Where's the money coming from? But apparently in Birmingham, if you work in a factory, you've made it. It's a good job. Do you know what I mean? Which is a big lie. Essentially, it's great, and jobs are great for, I think, a stepping stone. And if you want to work a job, I got a lot of respect for people that love their jobs. To be honest, I just wasn't that person. But yeah, for me, just kind of fell into it. But I just got grounded down by the age of 25. I'm looking at people online making millions on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and I'm thinking, what's going on, man? Do you know what I mean? It's not even about the money for me, really. It was about freedom. I hated being told what to do. I hated going to a place and being told, you got to be here at this time, you got to leave at this time. You know what I mean? You can't have this week off because Betty's booked it off, or you know what I mean? So I'm working next to a guy called Dave, and Dave's great, but he, the highlight of his week was the bacon and sausage baguette on a Friday. He didn't like his wife didn't like him.
Right.
And I'm like, this is gonna be me. If I don't change, this is gonna be me. So I need to change. And obviously, to get something different, you have to do something different. And that's when I got into entrepreneurship. I've actually found a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad in the factory. Read this book, and I'm reading this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm realizing that my dad's the poor dad in this book.
How did you find the book?
He just, law of attraction. Literally, it was just like on. It was in one of the rest areas. I was like, what's that book there? Chinese guy, Rich Dad Poor Dad, interesting. And then I'm like, when in the next night, still there. When in the next night, I said to myself, if it's there tonight, I'm gonna read that book. Do you know what I mean? It's like a sign from the universe. Read this book, I'm thinking, wow, like rich people think differently to poor people. I've been programmed to be poor. Because even though my dad's a great guy in leadership, he's just been, when it comes to the area of money, he's just in the wrong arena. That's all it is.
Right.
And yeah, man, that was really what started the journey. Got into entrepreneurship, started my own traditional business, selling desserts. That's what led me down the path of like Think and Grow Rich, The Stranger's Secret. Bob Proctor became obsessed with personal development. And the more you get to know you, the more you realize you start to believe in you. And then you realize that, hang on a minute, if I'm going to have freedom, if I'm going to choose my own hours, choose my own income, write my own ticket, I can't do it working for someone else. So the only option is entrepreneurship. Right. So that's how I got into entrepreneurship.
That's great. There's so many paths that we can go from here. Funnily enough, for me, it was the same thing. The first book I ever read was at the age of 18 or 19, and it was Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I had the same realization. I was like, hang on a minute. Like, my dad is the poor dad. And I love my dad. And he's actually, I have a lot of respect for him. Because he grew up without a dad. So he did actually pretty well for someone who hasn't had a role model.
Massively well.
But again, so that's how when I dropped out of university, studying business investment and entrepreneurship.
Yep.
After my second year, I had a conversation with a teacher about leadership, and they said, well, this is what the book says, so this is what we teach you guys here. I said, something's wrong, because I've already just read the Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I heard that, and I said, I need to change. Moved to the UK and just tried a bunch of different things, and I was like, let me just find someone who like lives the life, and let me just learn from them. And that's how I actually found you essentially, which is crazy. But okay, so you started your own dessert business.
Yeah.
You were still working at the factory.
Yep.
Okay, so you were juggling both at the same time.
Yep.
Okay, so what happened next? Like, did you quit the factory job? The business blew up. What happened from there?
I just kept reading books, kept listening, at this point, all my friends, girlfriend at the time, thought I was crazy because I just literally had Bob Proctor, You Were Born Rich on repeat. An audio called Your Wish Is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. The Stranger's Secret by Al Nightingale. The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol. Just constantly on repeat. And I started to make an extra, 500 a week, an extra 800 a week, an extra 1,000 a week, selling desserts. But it got to a point where I'm like, I'm finishing work and I'm literally up in the, I'm baking in the kitchen till 1 a.m. I'm doing everything, man, And then I started to employ people, I had like 5 delivery drivers. We started to rent a kitchen. Things started to really expand. But I realized that the only way I was ever going to have freedom was if I wasn't the guy in the business. I had to still work on the business. So I got a family ready and I started to teach them how to they were going to be basically the franchise, so I was going to teach them the whole operation. I was going to take a chunk of money from the profits. That's what I was thinking. But then I realized but the second I started to even bring that up, because I got my family involved in everything. The second I started to bring that up to everyone, saying, listen, here's what we're going to do. They were like, no, let's keep it how it is. Things are going well. And I'm like, right, I can't do this. So I just literally just looked up to God and was like, listen, man, I'm moving and grooving. Show me the next step. Do you know what I mean? And that's when I got introduced to network marketing.
So I'm gonna touch on a subject that obviously it's not the most pleasant one, but I know you have hit rock bottom at some point.
Yeah.
When was that? And how
That was
how
just
did
before.
that happen?
Yeah, that was just before I found Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's why I found it, because I made a decision to change. When you make a decision, let's say faith moves mountains. When you make a decision, you literally manipulate reality, and things start to happen. What happened is I just got to a point of I was Googling how to kill myself on repeat. This was going for months. I clear my browser history, and I woke up one morning. I was gonna do it, man. I was gonna do it. I knew how I was gonna do it, but my parents, my mom, my stepmom, and my dad actually adopted my little brother called Cardone, and I was kind of his role model. You know what I mean? He was kind of like my first son, really. Do you know what I mean? Because we had him when he was 6 months old. So I actually still call my son Dexter, Cardone sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Cardone, oh no, it's Dexter. But what happened is I went to do it, and God gave me a vision of my dad actually breaking the news to Cardone. Hey, listen, your brother's no longer here. And I literally saw his reaction, and I couldn't live with it. So I'm it was almost like I got respawned. I was like, nah, listen, I'm just instead of killing myself physically, I'm just going to kill myself spiritually. I'm I'm going to kill off the old Jake immediately. And it was mad. It was like I had a second chance at life, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? That's how I felt. I had no attachment to money, no attachment to old relationships, no attachment, this is going to sound mad, to my family. Do you get what I'm saying? It was all in. It was I was a new me, respawn, boom. Stopped playing football, started into music, broke up with a girl, stopped seeing my friends, sold both my TVs, sold my Xbox. Literally just became this guy, just obsessed with personal development, obsessed, and literally scared of so anything that even remotely went. It's crazy. I wasn't smoking weed, and then I got into personal development, then started smoking weed because I don't know why, but it was like I say, I became a new person. Do you know what I mean? I didn't care about anything. I didn't care. It was like I didn't care. And I was just learning and just growing. I was on my own a lot of the time. obviously realize that smoking weed is not great for you. It's easy, but it frazzles your brain. It's not great, especially when you want to get into, you know, business and stuff like that. But yeah, man, like, yeah. So depression's a real thing, but you need to understand that it's God giving you a sign that you are just not on the right track. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can be doing more, and God has to get your attention some way, and He does it through making you anxious, making you depressed. So you have to go back to the drawing board and say, listen, what am I doing with my life? Am I happy with this area? No. Okay, perfect. Put a plan in place, change it. Are you happy with this area? Money, health, relationships? No. Put a plan in place, change it. Set a goal, focus on it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, the depression disappears because now you've got to focus. It says in the Bible, where there's no vision, the people perish. Perish means depressed. Perish means sin. Perish means you're not motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Go backwards, disintegrate. That only happens when you have no vision. Well, if you create a vision for your health and fitness, you create a vision for your perfect family relationship life, you create a vision for your wealth creation life, you've now got a vision. So now you're going to flourish. You're going to move towards that. You're going to be excited. You're going to be motivated. So I created a vision. I forgot about depression, and depression just dissolved away. I forgot that I was even depressed because I was no longer bored.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had a goal. A goal is the biggest cure for depression. Having a goal, not going to the doctor and having tablets.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everyone was telling me to do.
I think that's really important, and I don't think I've gotten to that point of like having like suicidal thoughts. For me, it was more like I don't really care if I wake up tomorrow or not. It's like what was it, crisis of meaning or something like that. It's like, what is it all like? We're all gonna die anyway.
Right.
But I think there is a lot of people that, especially men, they don't want to even like talk about it.
Of course.
Why do you think is that?
It's pride in it. We don't show weakness. So it's like, but like, it's how we've been programmed. You know, don't copy the person next to you. Like, you gotta do it on your own. Like, copying people, that's smart. Hey man, you're smarter than me. Help me. That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you're getting better grades than me. Can you help me? Can I copy what you're doing? Yeah, that's smart. In school, we're punished for that. Do you know what I mean? We're punished for it. So it's like, yeah, man, like personal development. Oh, you're into self-help. So yeah, you get into self-help, personal development, and then you continue on that path to stay strong. You go to the gym to get strong.
Mm-hmm.
You keep going to the gym to stay strong. Do you know what I mean? But going to the gym and getting a better body is the exact same thing as reading books and listening to audios and, you know, watching podcasts. The same thing for your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind runs everything. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's mad, isn't it? People just got this big ego.
So you think ego is the problem?
Yeah, they're like, oh, because they've said too much. Like, I got people that know for a fact that if they reached out to me, I could teach them how to get to, you know, freedom.
Mm-hmm.
If they follow the system, but they've already said too much. They've already slagged me off to their friends. They've already said, oh, I can't believe this and that. Now their pride's too big. They can never go back. So what they're going to do is they're going to live a shit life, knowing for a fact that they're not happy. They're not in the right relationship. They're not making the money they want to make. They're not living the life they want to live. But because they've said too much, they can't take it back.
Right.
Because they care more about what their pals who go out drinking every weekend, wasting their life, they care more about what average people think than becoming successful for their family.
That is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. No courage. Zero courage.
You usually say it's to win you need two things: courage and common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense. What do you mean by common sense?
Common sense is, hey man, I don't know what I'm doing. You got better results than me. Can I copy you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? See how smart that is.
See how smart that is.
Like, it's just so easy, bro. It's so easy. Life is so easy, mate. But it's not easy. Let me rephrase that. Life is not easy. Life's very hard. But when you break down achievement, it's very simple. If you want a better body, you go to someone who's got a better body than you and say, listen, what if you was me and you wanted to look like X, Y, Z, what would you eat? How often would you train? What would you train? Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you can go on ChatGPT and see, I mean, sort of, you can find out anything right now.
Right.
It's not about information. It's like, People don't know that it's not about knowing what to do. It's about doing what you know. Why aren't you doing what you already know?
Why aren't you doing what you already know?
Because you're programmed.
So
You're programmed.
following the path with least resistance.
You are programmed. That's it. And once you understand that you are programmed, you have to reprogram it. But you're never going to reprogram if you don't face the fact that you are programmed.
Big.
Do you know what I mean? Like when you go to a shopping mall and I want to go to the Gucci shop. You walk up to the big map. You don't look for the Gucci shop.
Mm-hmm.
You look for where you are right now.
Right.
That's the first step. So if you want to get on the path of success, first of all, you need to go and look in the mirror and be honest with where you are right now and why you are there. Let me tell you why you are there. You pick the people you associate with, who programmed you, your habits, what you hear, see, smell, taste, and touch every day, what you're experiencing, the information, the association. You're like, once you get to grips with why you are where you are and where you are, that's when we can move forward. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can get deep on that one. Do you know what I mean? Because that's a deep one in itself. Most people don't even know what they are. They don't know who they are.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that one. Before that, so obviously you've been making, 6 figures for some time now, a couple of years, maybe even more than that.
I feel like 5 years now.
5 years, okay. So how did you made your first 6-figure year? Was it hard? Was it easy? What were you doing? Was it in the dessert business? Or?
Network marketing. So I flew out to meet Bob Proctor, remortgaged my house, cost me £20,000. And that was the moment when, my family kind of disowned me for a little bit. Because I remortgaged my house. I flew out and I did a 7-day seminar. Met Bob Proctor. Obviously I was the brokest person in the room by a mile. I couldn't even afford to stay in the hotel where the thing was.
Right.
And I'm there with multi-millionaires, multiple 6-figure earners. People making 100,000 a month, and pissed off with making 100,000 a month. They're there because they want to get to $1 million a month. You know what I mean? And when I talk about money, it's not in terms of like monetary. It's more in terms of like just increase, getting better, and more impact. Because the more people you serve, the more money you make.
Mm-hmm.
So they're there to find out how they can actually like help more people, create more impact, become a better person. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like, don't set a goal to become a millionaire for the money. Set a goal to become a millionaire for the person that he forces you to become.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So they're all there to get better. And I sat down with Bob Proctor's wife, and she was and is, multi-millionaire and at the time she was working with a particular company, network marketing, got started with that. That was a great journey. I didn't get 6 figures in that company, but the next company got 6 figures there in network marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, just like.
What were you selling at that time?
Trading.
Okay.
Forex trading.
Forex trading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like education. It wasn't even that great, to be honest. It wasn't that great. Freedom. I've always sold freedom. It's the same thing. No matter if I was when I was selling products, physical products, I was selling freedom. I never bought. I didn't get started. Oh, what's this moringa? Let's go. Green juice. Yay! I didn't buy green juice. I bought I need to change my family's situation.
Right.
I need to get out of this job. That's what I bought.
Yeah.
Mentorship. So because that's what I've always sold. Hey, if there was a way for you to earn 10,000 a month from your laptop, from the comfort of your home, and be shown how to do every single step of the way, would you want to check out some information? Yes.
Yes.
Well, perfect. That's what I sold.
Mm-hmm.
Selling green juice, sold freedom. Selling trading, sold freedom. Now we're in the travel space. I'm selling freedom, not selling travel.
Mm-hmm.
We all travel. It's not even a conversation. You travel. People watching this, you travel. You already do what we do. That's not the question. It's not do you want to do what we do. It's do you want to get to 10,000 a month in your sleep? Do you want to get to 5,000 a month in your sleep? Do you want to get to 50,000? Do you want to quit your job? Do you want to live a life of money, location, time, freedom? Yes, then we should talk, because you should learn how to monetize what you are already doing.
I think you're really good at just getting straight to it's like get the fluff out the way. Let's just tackle the actual problem.
Well, people, they just overthink it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yeah, that's great, man. I mean, you go and deal with that, whatever you got to deal with. You just come to me whenever you are ready to actually live a life of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
So if let's say I come to you and I say, yes, all right, I want to make money.
Perfect.
What do I do then? Do you send me on a Bob Proctor seminar?
No, I said let's get started in business.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get started in business. And the first thing you got to learn in business is that you need to learn how to communicate. You need to learn how to sell, how to solve problems, how to follow a system, how to use a system. You know, so because systems work, people don't. So rich people, free people have systems in place. They have personal development systems.
Mm-hmm.
They have business systems.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's a system. System stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. So I'm going to teach you the system of how to generate residual income. And your job is just to follow the system. And you have to talk to people because other people have your money.
Right.
And you've got to find a way to solve a need in their life. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like, I mean, who do you know that wants to travel the world? Who do you know wants to quit their job? Who do you know wants to get to 10,000 a month? Who do you know wants to live a better life? Perfect. Well, you know, you need to give them a call. You need to invite them to take a look at the vehicle that you're using to do the same thing. Not even to recruit them, not to get them in. But if you're already connected to them, you need to at least give your network the opportunity to get started on when you got started. Do you know what I mean? Everyone that I knew before said no.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person, when I joined network marketing, for those that are in network marketing,
Mm-hmm.
every person on my list told me no.
Every person.
Every person. So and God bless them. Every person on my list still work a job today.
Wow.
Am I better than them? No. I accepted an idea they rejected. But I was a big fat no when I joined network marketing. I would have said no to me. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have followed me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what I'm saying is you're not calling your friends up to recruit them into network marketing. You're calling your friends up to give them the opportunity. You're going to say, listen, I'm about to make a massive change in my life. I'm about to learn some new skills. I'm about to learn how to create money, location, time freedom following this system that thousands of people have gone through and created freedom to. Some people say, well, yeah, hundreds and millions of people have gone through and not created freedom. Yeah, hundreds and thousands of people have also joined the gym and stayed fat.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people that have joined the gym and got fit.
Right.
So I like to listen to those people, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. So you need to decide what club you're going to put yourself into. When I joined network marketing and saw the statistics that, you know, less than 5% of people actually go ahead and make the big money, I didn't say, well, no way. So my chances are slim. You know what I said? Where's the 5% club? Let me go learn from them. What books are they reading? What time do they wake up? What do they do? What are their habits? Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself in whatever category you want to put yourself into. So yeah, when we get in business, I'll teach you how to you know, build your business, get better, become more attractive, and you attract it. Money's like businesses is about like, yes, it's about the work, but it's also about like changing your self-worth, your self-identity, changing your whole mindset, because your outside world is just a reflection of your inside world. So a lot of it's 99% of it's spiritual, which is obviously what our mentor was talking about yesterday.
Right.
Mr. Alex Morton. Shout out to Alex. GOAT, legend in the industry.
Great. Okay. So we're going to get into that as well. Before that, what was your highest month in income so far? What's been your highest
In
month?
network marketing, 50,000 a month.
50,000 a month.
Yeah.
And was that in the trading space?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was
That was
not
business.
That was business.
Yeah.
Okay. How did it feel?
It felt, which is the reason why I lost it. It felt like a surprise. It felt like I shouldn't be here. It felt like I got lucky. And it turned out I did get lucky. It turned out I shouldn't have been there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and then But the reason why, when I hit it the second time, we've kind of stayed in the 6-figure income bracket is because the second time around it was not. I should be there. I should be here.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I'm saying. You learn, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And growing is a process. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been times I've got myself in amazing physical shape. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. You end up like, this is going to be me forever. Let me just eat donuts. Let me eat cookies. This is going to be me forever. I don't need to do abs again. And it's like, but you end up losing it. It's like, hang on a minute. And it's like, no, bro, you need to like be emotionally stable. You need to actually create a lot. This is normal for you. Like, it is normal. Stop being surprised by a result, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. Network marketing's cool, man.
Okay.
It's not easy. You got to be, you've got to become the person. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't the person.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
You have to become the person that.
Yeah, I started to make money that was better than me.
Right.
Essentially. And you can do that, in marketing, but like, yeah, it just wasn't. I wasn't developed.
Is that the internal thermostat
Correct.
people talk about?
Yeah.
The self-image.
Self-image.
About Proctor.
Psycho-cybernetics, great book for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And right now you're in the travel space, network marketing.
Yeah. Just literally launching what I believe is going to be the biggest and greatest home in the network marketing profession.
Why is that?
Leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. Who we're working with. The product makes sense. The price point makes sense. A lot of sense. The value that the customer gets is way more than they're paying, which is obviously important. Most aggressive compensation plan in the industry. Most simple way to make money. People say, oh, well, our company's got 10 ways of making money. Yeah, that means you have to do 10 different things. You have to jump through this. You have to make sure the sunlight's right. You have to make sure that this is right, that's right. You have to jump through fire hoops to unlock all these different streams. This is so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Because success loves speed, and speed's generated by simplicity.
Right.
I've been a part of many different comp plans. And whenever anyone asks me a question, I can't even explain. This is the only company that I've been able to actually tell you how the comp plan works. I got no grades in school, man. And that's perfect because that's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, bro, it's an absolute no-brainer. Timing, the product makes sense. It's completely risk-free.
So if you had to,
it's completely risk-free.
If you had to like explain to me in 30 to 60 seconds, what is it? How would you do it? Is it travel savings? Do I get my own website? Am I a travel agent? What is the situation?
Yeah, so as a member, as a customer, you get access to the same inventory as Booking.com and Expedia, but you get ridiculous discounts. I'm not going to say any percentages, but the slides say 65%. There's a lot greater ones than that.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you travel, you're saving money. We're not going to get too much. There's so many perks for a customer. It's ridiculous how much you can save whenever you travel. And then, you get a free trip at the end of the year just for being a member for 12 months.
Wow.
And like I said, if you want to build the business, it's very aggressive. It's very simple. Bro, it's so simple, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, people say, yeah, but what else? What else? What else? Stop looking for what else. You speak to the people in the best shape physically. They do the simple stuff every day. There's no like, hey man, you got to put the dumbbell over here and over here and over here and over here and over. No, you just got to just
call it up.
Do you know what I mean? Like the people that are genuinely killing it in spaces, they keep things super simple.
Mm-hmm.
Members save money. They get to experience the world better for less. They get discount everything, airport lounges, cruises, everywhere you travel. You just get to travel and have a better experience of life. And everyone loves traveling. The reason why they get into any online space is because they want to travel the world more. You ask the average person, what's the most exciting time about their year? It's when they go on holiday. People go into debt follow that. When people are on their deathbed, they're not talking about cars. They're talking about what their experiences, their travel, so travel is what everyone wants, everyone needs. We have a way of people to, like I said earlier, do what they're already doing, which is traveling, doing it better, saving money. And also, if you want to, help people and give them an amazing experience too, just all you got to do is just share it with them. You're not selling anything. You're just sharing it with them. Some say yes, some say no. And you can create an amazing financial life for yourself just by helping people and making people aware of this amazing platform. And the community side of things is incredible as well.
Mm.
I was paid £20,000 to go meet Bob Proctor and meet all these people.
Right.
We're in a room yesterday with someone who's made more money than everyone in that room combined. And you get it for basically free. You share it with 4 people, it's free. Well, I can't afford the membership. Share it with 4 people then. I don't want to. Okay, stop complaining about the membership then.
Mm-hmm.
Get out my face.
It is true though. Sometimes people need to hear it, especially men. It's like, come on.
It's not that you don't want to pay a membership. You've just got a money rejection complex. Because you'll happily, okay, I don't want to pay a membership, but you'll happily go to the pub. This Champions League final last night. People spent
way more than that.
Exactly, but it's not about you don't want to pay the membership, bro. You just don't like your wife.
Is it like a priority thing?
Bro, you got, as a man, if you're not motivated to retire your partner and create an amazing, massive nest egg for your kids, and retire your mom, and travel first class and give and create security and have respect in the household, then are you really a man?
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? That's how I'm wired anyway.
Right.
That's how I'm personally wired. That's how I believe men should be. Men should be providers and protectors. Do you know what I mean? It's not you're like complaining about how their wife treats them. Like, oh, well, people get married, they're like, well, sex life is gone. So, bro, like, what are you talking about? You work a 9 to 5 and come home and eat what sits on the sofa, what ball, crying over a football game, bro. It's embarrassing. Would you fuck you?
Right. That is such a good question.
What the fuck? Level up, bro.
That makes so much sense.
Level up.
So why would she be attracted to that?
It's mad, bro.
It is mad. So, okay. Well,
sorry, Mom, if you're watching this.
But okay. So, if let's say right now you're not in the situation that you want to be right now. Maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you cannot pull any girl for the life of you. What do you do? What should you focus on? Is it the money? Is it the fitness? Is it the health? Is it personal development?
It's all of it. So you should wake up every day. You should read 10 pages of a book every day. Of a book like Power of Awareness, Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, Magic of Thinking Big. Read these books. Asking It Is Given. Read these books every day, 10 pages a day minimum. Go to the gym. Get yourself a trainer. Get yourself a coach who's in good shape. Okay, don't ask mommy and daddy. None of that stuff. Go to someone who's in good shape that can teach you how to get in good shape. Hold you accountable. Hit the gym, and then find someone who is earning more money than you, living the lifestyle that you want. Reach out to them and say, "Hey, listen, I'm ready. Can you show me? I'm willing to do whatever you tell me to do." That's what I would do. And then whatever they say, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That is literally it, mate. It's so simple. It's not hard. It is hard. It's not rocket science. That's what I'm trying to say. It is hard. What's hard? Creating a new you. Because we're habitual creatures. So you have to constantly do things outside of your comfort zone. People are comfortably losing. So that guy that you just mentioned, the avatar you just created, he's actually comfortable doing things that give him results that he doesn't want. Most people are comfortable doing things that give them results they don't want. They're comfortable in the relationship. They can't be bothered to ruffle any feathers and create something new. But then they can spend time complaining and feeling shit about the relationship. They don't like their income, but they're scared of what their friends think about them, so they're not going to get started in a new business. So what they'll do is they'll justify why they're living the life they're living.
Mm-hmm.
They'll compare themselves to broke people and say, "Well, I'm doing, but me and Steve, this is our life. This is life," and then they end up just like living in quite desperation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny we're talking about in relationships. Like people, it's funny when they break up, they both go off and get in good shape.
Yeah.
And it's like when they get together, it's like they just get comfortable. It's like, nah, like when you be someone, like you need to understand like this is who I am. I'm gonna keep rocking and rolling, keep getting better, keep working out, keep reading the books, keep making money. Because what women want and what women say are different things.
Mm-hmm.
She might say, "Oh, listen, do you have to keep going out and building the business?" And like, I don't want you to do that. She actually does though on a deep level.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to go to the gym every day? But she wants someone that she's attracted to.
Right.
So imagine you just doing what they want, what the women want, which is basically to sit at home with them all day, spending all your time with them. Now you're broke, fat. Now she's gonna leave you, and you're gonna resent. Oh, are you?
She's gonna leave it for
I
someone.
just did what you wanted me to do. Yeah, no, but this guy's rich and fit. But then she'll get with him, and then she'll complain to him about he's going to work all day and working out all day.
Mm-hmm.
And if he was a masculine man, he'd say, "Yeah, get used to it," or
Right.
you know where the door is.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be like, "Oh," because that's what they actually want.
Yeah.
A secure man.
It's so true.
Who doesn't need them, but who wants them. Me and my wife are very successful people, independently,
Mm-hmm.
on our own. But then we come together and it creates like it's not 2 + 2 = 4. It's 2 + 2 = 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's called synergy. Do you know what I mean? We got two independent people that come together. It's incredible. Two happy, secure people that don't need each other but want each other. It's game over.
You contribute a lot of your success to, your wife.
A lot of it. Yeah, a lot of it, bro. Like a lot of it. If things aren't good there, then I'm like, well, what do you know what I mean? Like that has to be good. Happy wife, happy life.
Mm-hmm.
Happy wife, happy life. Sorry. Yeah, like that's my priority because she's my, my queen. Do you know what I mean? She's like my peace. She's the mother of my kids. She has to be in a good vibration. So like she needs to be happy and comfortable, and we talk and we make sure that happens. Do you know what I mean? So there's my wife. She's my everything, mate.
Mm-hmm.
But the same, but on that being said, but she also knows what time it is as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she likes that.
Right.
That's what she wants.
Well, for example, you're here right now
Mm-hmm.
in London at the event, and they couldn't be here. And some men would be like, "You said it, you got a bit of shit for it."
Yeah.
That you're here right now, but on the other spectrum, you had to be here for them, right?
Of course, yeah. Like you put your goals first for your family. Like, I'm all about family first, but you need to win. Like you need to win. What use are you if you're a liability? Being at home with your family as a guy who's just not winning. You have to become a winner. Do you know what I mean? That has to be a priority. Like how I feel and how I operate is a priority. I have to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So my well-being is the priority of the family. If daddy needs a nap, daddy needs a nap. I need to work out. I need to read my books. The family have to bend around that. Daddy's got to call. The family have to bend around that. Why? Because when I'm good, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
And when my wife's good, I'm good. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
and then so it's I'm always So like we got a cleaner, we got a gardener, we got a full-time nanny. Why? So my wife is not stressed.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife can still go out and work out whenever she wants. She can ride horses. She can still have a life as well as have kids. Oh, well, that's bad, man. Someone else raising your kids. No one else is raising our kids. So don't get it twisted. We're still there.
Right.
But most people have kids and then end up blaming their kids. Oh, well, they're so, they tire me out and, oh, it's all right. I ain't got time to work out. I've got a kid. And they end up blaming their kids for why they're now fat, struggling, and unhappy. Maybe turn to drink on the night. Maybe they just, and it's all the kid's fault. How does that make the kid feel?
It's not good.
And then, hey man, just to let you know, kiddies, you are the reason why we're unhappy.
I've actually
No, that's never gonna happen. But that's your responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen. And it's hard, man. That's hard.
Yeah, I can relate to that for sure. I agree that parents pass down a lot of their insecurities to their children.
Yeah.
And I see how you guys operate when you're like raising your children, and it's admirable for sure.
Appreciate it.
Do you believe you're doing a good job?
No. You never do. You never do. Parents can relate to this. Anyone with kids, there's always a little bit of, there's always a bit of guilt, a bit of, am I doing the right thing? Could I be doing this better? All you could question everything. But that's what makes you a good parent.
Right.
The good parents, they do that. Good parents never think they're doing enough. Good leaders never feel like they're doing enough. Good entrepreneurs never feel like they've made it. They're always looking to get better. They're always looking to increase their quality. They're always looking to get better. That's a sign of a good leader, and that took me a lot to. I'm sharing what I've learned. I used to beat myself up a lot, and it wasn't until I spoke to people and they were like, "No, Jack, it's actually a sign of a good parent." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm worrying about like, is this right? Is this right? Is that right? You know what I mean? Because we're still figuring it out. We're actually learning as we go. Like, so if you're actually watching this podcast, if you come along this podcast and you're entrepreneurial, you've got kids and you've homeschooled them, you haven't put them through traditional school, and it's worked out okay, please get in touch, because we also need help and guidance with that.
Right.
Because we're figuring it out. Because there's a nice blueprint, comfortable blueprint laid out for us in the traditional world. But as an entrepreneur, it's like, what you do? We want to do the right thing. Well, like every bad habit I learned in school.
Right.
Every bad habit I learned in school. I'm around people. I'm being taught by people that, how do I know if they're even happy?
It's so true. Some of the teachers, you wouldn't trade your life.
What's their personal life like?
Yeah.
What energy do they have? Are they positive? Are they negative? What thoughts are they thinking? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to like contaminate my kids. So it's like, mad.
Parenting is a little bit like entrepreneurship, isn't it? You're never ready, but you just do it, right?
100%. Yeah.
So when people, some people might be watching this and be like, listen, I'm scared of going after what I want, being an entrepreneur. Well, if you want to like pass, like if you want to have kids.
I'd say having kids is harder.
Probably.
Yeah, I would. And I'd say building a good body's harder.
Then why are so many people struggling with business?
Money rejection complex. Money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't buy happiness. All rich people go to hell. Stay away from those, get rich quick. If it sounds too good to true, it probably is. All good things come to those who wait. Don't talk to strangers. Don't go into business with family and friends. I just told you. All of those seeds.
And how do you reprogram that?
You have to understand that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. God never created a poor person. We're supposed to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. You're supposed to have what you want when you want. If you go to a shop, you should be able to get what you want when you want. Why? Because you are God's highest form of creation. whatever your spiritual beliefs are,
Mm-hmm.
but you are created in God's image. Okay, my God was a king. So why would I live like a peasant?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make sense. So you can have be and do anything you want. So with that truth out there, any insecurity, any thought that comes up that's not in alignment with that, like I can't do it, I'm not confident, no one cares about what I've got to say, whatever, all those thoughts I just mentioned, that's all false evidence appearing real fear.
Mm-hmm.
Most people living in fear. You got to live in faith. So yeah, that's the reason why you got to like remember who you are. You got to realize and become aware of who you are. One thing I'm shifting right now, I used to talk about becoming. You have to become the person you want to be. And I've even said it on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But really, you are actually already perfect. You are already rich. You are already a beast. You are already undeniable. Now you have to realize it and chip away at all the areas that are not that. So if you're not confident, chip away at that. Get rid of that. How do you get rid of that? By deciding to be confident. By doing what confident people do. What do confident people do? They walk up to people with a smile on their face, introduce themselves, they give compliments. They don't make it about them. They make it about the person because they're okay, they're secure. They're actually interested in other people.
Mm-hmm.
They do Instagram lives, they do Facebook lives, they put more content out there. They smile, they dress well, they look after them. They look after their appearance. They don't care about being judged. They don't care about what people think about them. They're very convicted in what if they're doing it, they believe that everyone else should do it. But if that's why, what I do in network marketing,
Mm-hmm.
like I genuinely feel sorry for people that are not doing what I do, genuinely,
Right.
because what if there was something better out there, I'd do it. But that takes self-esteem, and every good leader in network marketing has that same belief about their company, because they're doing it, because they've chose it. It's the best in the world. Confidence, self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you got to be. You got to be confident. We're not here to compete. We're here to dominate. Whatever we touch turns to gold. Do you know, I was talking the other day in the gym, and I was saying all this, and this guy come up to me. He's got cerebral palsy, great guy, and got a lot of respect for him. He still competes. You know what I mean? So talk about excuses. This guy literally has to like wrap his fingers around, like physically, like manually, grab his other hand and like wrap his hand around the machine to like curl it because he's got cerebral.
Yeah.
I think it's called that anyway. And he's just listened to the conversation, and he was like, "Man, I'd love to have your confidence, man." And knowing the old me, who wasn't confident, who wasn't that, the complete opposite to that, I was like, it's just a decision. I said, when I'm saying these things, everything I touch turns to gold. It's not about competing. It's about domination. Like, we're gonna kill anything we do, we win. It's all we do is win. My conscious mind, my thoughts, actually don't believe that.
Really?
Yeah. But what I'm doing is, I'm leaning not on my understanding, and I'm going off of what's the truth about Jake. Is that wherever we speak about, we bring about. That's the truth. Do you know what I mean? So you have to like lean on the truth. You have to just decide. Stop being so physical. Stop looking at all the evidence. Do you know what I mean? Can't look at the evidence. It's that quote. Is it absence of evidence doesn't mean evidence of absence?
Mm-hmm. So, why do you think a lot of people struggle to really grasp what you just said? Because I think people need to like replay the last like 5 minutes just a few times to even really grasp it.
A lot of people aren't ready for the information because they haven't set a goal that they mean and want.
Mm-hmm.
Only when you set yourself a goal, like a definite goal, will your mind even be open and ready to receiving what I've just said. Because we've got something in our brain called a reticular activating system. And that basically reacts and responds to anything that's significant to us. So a way for people to understand is if, let's say, for instance, you decided to get a red BMW, you are now going to see red BMWs everywhere. And the reason for that is because they were already there. But now your mind, your reticular activating system, has took note that that's significant to you. And now you're going to notice more of what you want. So if your goal is to create money, location, time, freedom, is to be a good husband, is to be a good father, is to be a good leader, and you've made a decision that that's who you're going to be, who you are, you're going to be ready to hear that information and receive that information.
That's so true. Yeah, because
Everything starts with a goal.
At the end of the day, all we want to do is just help people, isn't it? And we were talking that
That's what we're doing this.
in the car, right? In the taxi. At one point, you're like, especially in the space that we're in, you're like, how can I really communicate that information well enough for other people to really get it? Because, I mean, you've been doing this longer than me, but probably one of the toughest things, and that's why you become a bit numb to emotions in entrepreneurship, is because you've seen so many people just quit on themselves. That you have to detach, otherwise you're not gonna.
Yep, it's mad, bro. That people come in. I get skeptical at excited people. If they're excited, I'm like, oh God, this person's gonna be gone. Jay, Jay, you said I love you so much. You've changed my whole life. I'm like, oh God, they're gonna be hating me in 2 weeks. They're gonna be my biggest hater, creating fake pages and everything.
Reddit, Jake the Snake.
Right, Jake the Snake, yeah, that's it. Scamming. Pyramid scheme, the whole lot, mate. Read it before.
You spoke about God and you gave like Bible quotes as well. Were you always are you religious? Do you believe in God? Like,
was I always, man? So mad. No, mate. Nah, like, no, just no. You know what I mean? Like God, Jesus, what? You know what I mean? It's all just like it's an interesting subject, isn't it? You know what I mean? But what happens is you get to a point where you start to think, like for the Rich Dad Poor Dad book situation, you think that was weird. But again, reticular activating system. If I hadn't have made the decision to change my life, would I even notice that book? No, is the answer.
Yeah.
My mind wouldn't have picked it up. But, and that's what I'm saying, you start to stack little moments like that start to go, am I being watched? Like, because I've decided to win, and then I've come across this person's page, I've come across this video, I've come across this, I've just met this person who's also interested in this, and why am I now being introduced to these people and things, and after I've decided to have X, Y, Z, like, is someone like manipulating things? Is someone like taking note of what I'm thinking about and what I've decided, and then like changing the earth I'm living on? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. And you start to go through things and you're like, that's interesting. Like, I've decided to become positive, but I've got loads of challenges right now. That's interesting, isn't it? And it's like, and most people who like don't believe or whatever, they become a victim and they start feeling sorry for themselves. But when you start to believe in God, you're like, is this God's plan? Is this God making me stronger? Is this God showing me that in order to be positive, you have to know a negative? Which is true.
Yeah.
So you start to be grateful for challenges. And when you can start being grateful during challenges, you know, just I feel sorry for anyone who doubts you at that point.
Right.
Feel sorry for him. All the haters, all the doubters.
There is a certain peace of mind when you get to that level, isn't it?
Bro, honestly, you get to a point where you just yeah, man, you just realize I don't care anymore. What if it fails and you have to go up and get a job? Like, I genuinely would like nothing. I got no fear about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I just document the whole journey and get back to where I'm at right now, and more.
Yeah, you never
Like
stop.
recently, there's been a massive hit to certain things. And I was like, wow, big God.
Another one.
Whoa, really? Okay, then boom, building it back up. Do you know what I mean? Try me, not why me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if more people actually adopt that mindset, like because obviously I've, been working with you for some time now, and I've asked pretty much every question under the sun. Some of the questions I'm asking, I'm like, I feel like you don't get it, but then now I'm realizing that you actually don't get the question because that doesn't enter your mind. Like, what if it fails? You're like, what do you mean if it fails? Like, it's not gonna fail. You just like, you try, didn't happen now. You learn, change the date of the goal, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It took some time to like realize this. To be fair, I think that's a big thing with winners. I think most people cannot comprehend that, and that's why they struggle a lot because they feel like their leaders don't get them, or the people that are working with them, the coach, the mentor, don't get them. But if you actually shift your perception, so maybe there is a reason why they don't get it.
Yeah, because I used, for example, in network marketing, one of the most biggest rejections that people get is they think it's a pyramid scheme.
Mm-hmm.
I never forget when I first started getting that objection. Sorry, I used to go to my mentors and say, "Hey man, like, why'd you respond to like the pyramid scheme thing?" And they'd look at me and go, "We don't get that one. I never get that one. I haven't had that objection for years. I never get that one."
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, "Yeah, but how would you respond to it?" You're like, I don't get that one." And it's like, and then I realized, oh, maybe they don't get that one because they don't expect that one. They don't think about that one. And you start to question, do I think it's a pyramid scheme? And that's actually the truth, which a lot of network marketers don't want to hear. But the reason why you're getting the pyramid scheme was because on a level, you think it's a pyramid scheme. Your conditioning still thinks that it's a pyramid scheme. And when you stop getting that objection, you'll realize you've changed.
Mm-hmm.
I never get that one, bro. My prospects, ever. Do I deal with it through people? For sure, because I'm in the trenches. I'm still helping the newest people, and you know, they get it quite a lot, and I'm having to deal with it through that. But my prospects never get it because of the way that I think, the way I present it. It's all about them, and I educate people on the situation. And it's like, well, this person, the person that you're speaking to, they're thinking this person would never do a pyramid scheme. What no one even knows what a pyramid scheme is.
Right.
What they mean is a Ponzi scheme. That's what they mean.
Mm-hmm.
Where people put loads of money into a big pot,
I mean,
and
like the lottery.
and it's great, until it's not great, and then it disappears, and it's like you can't even log into the website anymore. It's a Ponzi scheme. But a pyramid, I mean, it's just ridiculous because everyone's in a pyramid. Like when I worked in the factory, there was the owners who we never saw. You got the CEOs, the vice CEOs, whatever you call them. The PAMs, process leaders, group leaders, shop floor, DHL, cleaners. That's a pyramid, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So a pyramid, what is that? What does that even mean? Well, you get people to get people to get people to get people to get people. Cool. I'm wearing an All Saints top right now. The reason I'm wearing this top is because I saw it on another guy and he looked fresh, and like, oh, I like that top.
Mm-hmm.
He got it probably because he saw it on someone, and it looked good.
Mm-hmm.
That person probably saw it on someone because it looked good. That person probably saw it on someone because it looked good. I'm 6 levels deep in the All Saints pyramid right now. What are we talking about? You sell all the time. You recruited people to watch the new Michael Jackson movie. You recruited
Right.
people to go to the
Arsenal game.
the pub you went to last night to watch the Arsenal game. You recruited people to drink the drink that you're drinking. You recruited people to go to that restaurant. You recruited people to well, I don't know. You're always recruiting people. Download this app, man. It's great. You're always recruiting people. The problem is the second you find out that we make money from it, you've got an issue. So it's nothing to do with what we're doing because you are already doing it. The issue is you reject money. They don't have an issue with network marketing. They've got an issue with money. They're programmed. You have to work hard for money. You go to school, get good grades, get a good paying job. You trade time for money. You put a bit of effort in. You get paid for it. Everyone does network marketing. You cannot get away from it. That's not the question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to make more money for you and your fam? Yeah. Let's fucking get to work then. Let's put away all the weirdness that you've got going on. Okay? Take a look at your bank. That's all the information you need, bro.
Right.
If you want more in there, let's fucking talk. If you want less in there, you keep doing what you're doing, keep spending it. That's what I'm like.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's the same thing. It's just hopefully people get that what I've just said.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like what we do. Do you use booking.com? Perfect. So you already do what we do. Instead, you get someone else paid. We don't.
Mm-hmm. No,
and then, do you have a good time at that place? Yeah. Did you tell people about the hotel? Yeah. Did they then go on booking.com and book the same thing? Yeah, perfect. So you're in a pyramid scheme then? No. Cool. Do you want more money for the fam and actually save yourself some money as well? Yeah, perfect. Let's do it then. It doesn't make sense. What we do is so much of a no-brainer. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy, but I think that was great.
Yeah, bro.
I
I've enjoyed it, mate. We should do more, man. Obviously, we'll. This is a bit of a first one,
Right.
proper one.
Yeah, you gotta let us know what you like best. Maybe comment.
Yeah, if you want us to talk, like, to go deeper on different subjects, relationships, masculinity, gym, whatever, like anything like business, mindset, whatever, God, whatever, like, let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely come back and do some more.
100%.
Appreciate you, bro.
You too, man. Let's get it.
Let's do it.